Collective. Spirit says you can smell the insecurities oozing in the air. It's a stench. It's a very familiar smell. A lot of people were addicted to all of that nasty roadkill at the crossroads. It's a dangerous love affair. Now, they said that they weren't scared because everything is going down. They had a lot of problems, but now they're nowhere to be found. Listen, welcome to Spiritual Court TV Marathon. If you're new, welcome. I hope you end up catching up on the episodes because these readings have been very, very insightful. Truth and clarity is the energy. Remember to take what resonates and leave what does not. And if you're returning back, I hope you're one of the people that are not in timeout for 24 hours because we got to catch this spiritual work. Welcome back, Soul Tribe. I love you. So listen, you can hear it. You can feel it. Insecurities are oozing out. All you got to do is pray and just watch. This is what Spirit is saying. Something about truth and clarity. This moon is bringing in emotions that were discarded many, many moons ago. So now that the shadows are here, now that everybody's Akashic records are open in the ethers, like everybody's, okay? There's not just a select few, there is everybody's records are open and all the cards are on the table. We have to allow the truth to let the cards fall where they may, okay? So come on in, y'all. Let's see what's going on. Oh, no access, bloodline records, okay? So there are some records that are sealed so that everybody is not the collective. Okay, so there are some Akashic records that have been sealed. It's almost like saying you've had enough retrograde cycles, enough moon cycles, enough 8-8 energy, enough looping energy. But now your 8-8 experience is like planting good seeds and then it comes right back. So it's interesting because the 8-8 is really two parallel loops that never intersect. But you got some loops that are now making one big circle and it's just going around. Yeah, I just heard you got me going in circles. Whoa, round and around I go. Somebody's strung out over you. Strung out, falling out, patting their head, tapping their foot, having a full-blown spiritual tantrum, okay? Because their Akashic records are now out in the open for everybody to see with pinpoint accuracy. There is nothing that is hidden. Turning over every stone, pulling out what is lurking beneath the surface. But your records collective are sealed because you were never really, how do you say, humiliated in the middle of what was supposed to humiliate you, right? Okay. Some people had your records open for the wrong reason. That's spiritual abuse, spiritually negligent. These are people that get readings on you every single day, every day, every day. They need to know what's going on. That's spiritual abuse. So now their business is out in the open. So basically you have a whole bunch of people with their undies at their ankles, their ass out. Okay. Come on in, spiritual court. Let's see what's going on. Holy Spirit, divine angel, creator of all things, divine mother, divine father. Show me what it is. Divinity. I mean, can we just let this marinate? The divine is here. Divining at the crossroads in spiritual court. The Most High God is presiding and the gates of heaven are open, pouring out the collective a blessing. For that which no longer serves you has now become your footstool. You are a real alchemist, la alchemy. You are no longer le problem. You are connected to la source, divinity. Some of these people find it hard to believe that you are the genius in life, that you are the divinity in life. They find it hard to believe. Now you're commanding them to dance in spiritual court. The power's in your hands. So you're saying, okay, if that be the will of the Most High God to grant me this level of amnesty for those people that kept abusing their power, let their records be open for all to see. Remember, some of these people went and got cleansings. You know, they went to high priests and high priestesses, got their sins cleared, but they never went to the divine. These are people that got cleansings, but no changed behavior. Lust is always at the root, it seems like, of every dark energy. Lustful energy, lusting after, wanting, needing, fiending, thirsting, but with an insatiable thirst. You know, it's a glutton for lust. Overindulging on spiritual abuse, abusing power and loving it, lusting for the next time that one could lust over abusing one's power is now an addiction. Okay? Because you can't lust for the divine, you just rise to the occasion as a rising star, divinity. Yeah, you don't lust after the divine because the divine is in high honor. There's no such thing in the North Node. It's just what it is. You either have done the work to get to this level or you haven't. And if you haven't, that too will be exposed. This is the kind of level you can't be fake, you can't be phony, you can't be false. You absolutely could, but I don't see anybody in my collective seeking to do that. Because what people think will embarrass you is your comfort zone. Those were some really good lessons, weren't they? Remember the guy that you were with? Ooh, that people are like, oh, you used to be with him? You're like, I cannot tell a lie. Yeah, I was kind of just passing through. That was a version of myself. Can we put her to rest? It's like that. You're not embarrassed by what you've had to go through. And this really does present a problem for people that have deemed themselves to be your energy or your enemy. They wanted to be your energy. They wanted to be your inner God, your inner voice. Oh, wow. It's crazy. What about what they said? They lied. They made it up. That's crazy. Lust. Yeah, they wanted to be your energy. They wanted to be your inner God. So now it's molding to be unto them. So now you're commanding them to stand. You're commanding them to take the stand, held in high honor. Yeah, now let's see what's going on. Because you're so preoccupied about lusting after the rising star of divinity, lust and divinity don't even go together in the same paradigm shift. What is that? What in the South Node is going on? Okay. My spirit team said, calm down. Okay, let me get calm. Commercial break. Because this is some bullshit. Just breathe it out. Just breathe it out. This is some bullshit. These people find it hard to believe that you are the rising star, that you're the genie in a bottle that they thought they had in a bottle, and they wanted to rub you inappropriately to lust after and or siphon your divinity. Oh, that's so nasty. And you know what? It's really barbaric when you think about it that way. I feel like this makes a lot of people uncomfortable who had this mindset, unfortunately. When they hear their sins being spoken out loud in spiritual court, and they're sitting back like, damn, I did do that. Yeah, that's you. Why you got to say it like that? Because you did it like that. This is what actually happened. It's the truth speaking. The truth spell, the truth has been spoken. People are speaking the truth, whether they like it or not. Oh my God. I know you find it hard to believe that I am the genius of your lamp and I can do anything you wish, but right now we're commanding you to take the stand. That's a blessing when you get to take the stand in spiritual court, because some people aren't even being called into spiritual court. They're just like, your life is all the way raggedy. There's no saving you. So when mercy and grace and the Most High God, the wrath of God rides your back and you're humiliated, that's a blessing. Who else are you going to be humiliated by if not in the presence of the divine? That's a holy hell ass whooping. Show thanks for that. That means that if you're being called to take the stand, you're still in between what appears to be a rock and a hard place. You got one foot in the grave and one foot in life, but don't allow it to be a foolish step to take. Don't end up casket sharp in this lustful energy. Don't get comfortable there. Some of these people find it hard to believe that you are the genius in life, that you are the one enamored. Yeah. Your intuition told you. You smelled that lust. You could smell insecurity. It's a stench. It has a very particular smell. It's one that you never forget. You can smell it on somebody even before they open their mouth. It's a body language. It's the etymology of body languages. You know, your intuition is letting you know, like, you're a little insecure, huh? Even before somebody says something, that's your intuition that precedes you to let you know. So now that people are being guided to take the stand with this lustful energy, divination, the diviners are speaking the truth. A lot of high priestesses right here. A lot of spiritual practitioners, high priestess, divinity, held in high honor, intuitive energy, divine masculine, divine feminine in the spiritual community are exposing that which needs to be exposed. It's so nice to be in this beautiful commonality. What we have in common is divinity. So these people now have to take the stand. Clarify, divination is exposing it. The spiritual court, yeah. Oh my goodness. Somebody has to admit that they knew you were of the divine. Somebody has to take a stand in spiritual court and speak the truth. Somebody has to admit that they were lusting over your success, over your sex, over your ability to divine, over your enamored energy, over your rising star. They were lusting over divinity, over your high honor. They were lusting over your intuitive gifts. They were lusting over your crown. This is what they have to say on the stand. It's almost like what they need to say on the stand has already been written out for them, because a lot of these people don't want to admit the truth because it makes them uncomfortable. And that's okay. I always say when the truth makes you this uncomfortable, you weren't willing to admit it in the presence of yourself. And that means you're in danger. When there's nobody around, you're not admitting the truth. That's dangerous. So the truth of the matter is, somebody lied. That's the truth. Somebody's taking a stand. So they have to admit, they have to confess their sins in the presence of the divine. You were lusting after this person's life. You were lusting after their work. A lot of plagiarism here. A lot of people try to do what it is that you do. A lot of people wanted to wear your clothes, your skin, your shoes. They wanted to wear your crown. They wanted your work. It's like taking your basket, putting on your outfit, but they don't know how to pick fruit. They don't know how to clean the collard greens. It's like somebody wanted everything that you represent, but they didn't know that they were on borrowed time. Okay, this was an illusion at best. Now that the lies have been exposed, the illusions have to be dismantled, eliminated, undone. They find it hard to believe that you are the one, okay? But the fact of the matter is that this person was really good at this energy, but they're not you. It's like you're cute, but you're not me. That's you. Lust, imprisonment. So some of these people took the stand and immediately were put into spiritual jail. This is something that's coming down from the higher realms. The Creator has made this decision. This is out of our hands. Diviners speaking the truth in the public eye. Yeah, you're being guided to move on. This goes without saying. I feel like people can see that. Moving on, staying focused on your spiritual assignments. Turning away, get out the way. Yeah, because destruction and pain is what is left behind. It's interesting because destruction, emotional pain, lust, and imprisonment was like binding. Somebody wanted to bind to all this good energy. And so leaving this behind is leaving people in a whirlwind of their own decisions, conscious decisions, to keep doing something that they knew was wrong. But some of these people couldn't control themselves. Okay, destruction. And this is where they need to be. It's a tornado and it's coming to destroy everything that these people try to attach your energy to. Everything. Everything. Manipulation in the reverse. Something about cutting the strings of the person that wanted to be your energy, your inner God. They wanted to hear their inner voice. Somebody wanted to speak into your soul, your mind. They wanted all of you. That's why they had so many cords attached. You still managed to drag that old dirty ass devil up the hill. Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of holy water. One of these people fell down and broke their crown, and Jill kept moving on. She kept going up the hill, something like that. You drug this fool on the top of your back, and you drugged a whole bunch of burdens up your back entities, demons. You said, okay, they're sending entities. I'm about to drag these bitches up the back. And then you made it to the top of the hill and somebody doesn't like that. Like, what? Now they're mad. Now they're sad because the strings of manipulation have been cut. Some of these people feel manipulated by you now. Okay, that's not the case. Please don't think like that. Yeah, that's not cool. That's not it. They feel manipulated by you. Mm-mm. Smells like a white jacket, a straight jacket. Smells like an insane asylum. Smells like insecurities and bad decisions. Lustful ones, emotional pain. Deconstructing emotional pain. Breaking down the lustful psyche. The meaning of imprisonment. How they wanted to keep you bound in hermits, tormented. How dare you be a hermit and you achieve high honor? Well, wait a minute. We did an isolation spell. So you mean to tell us you were staying in the house not because we were making you? No, what are you talking about? You don't got no control. Coming to the realization that these people weren't controlling anything is probably the hardest thing that they have to admit while they're on the stand stuttering. Being forced to tell the truth, or the truth is being told for them. It's like the universe is like, don't even say nothing. Just go to jail. We know you find it hard to believe that we don't want your offers. I know. Right now, we're commanding you to stand. Stand on spiritual business, okay? Collective, you were in hermit mode and you come out in high honor with your intuition on point. You don't look like anything of what you've gone through, and that's a blessing. Give thanks for that. Big gratitude to the divine. You got a lot of people looking like what they've been through. Earth angel energy, I can't make it up. That wanted to come up in the reverse. So you had somebody that did not want you to be seen like that. They wanted to isolate you. They wanted to possess you. Somebody wanted to keep you on the shelf. Somebody wanted to put you in a dollhouse, honey. Somebody could have had a doll on you. Somebody could have had a dollhouse. Yeah, somebody's magic went real deep. This is what they imagined. Now they're sitting up stuck. They feel like you did something to them, but the only thing you did was mind your business. You watered your own grass. You planted your own flowers. You planted your seeds and you were patient and you watched everything that you wanted grow. You ever seen somebody watching grass grow? It's interesting. Or watching water boil when you turn it on low. Takes patience. Patience is a virtue. Slow and steady wins the race here. In the middle of antsy energy and anxious energy and lustful and salivating at the mouth and emotional pain, I gotta have her, I gotta have him, I need her this, I need her that. All of that antsiness, you were moving and taking your time. Like, what's the rush? We know that you're a dog. You look like a mutt. Yeah, baby, take your time. What's the rush? Ooh, he looks like a dog. He's a mutt. Now, he is not gender prejudice. So he could be a she could be a he. Somebody could be a spiritual hermaphrodite, depending on what that identify as. You got real love here. You got real love here. Yeah, something like that. Spiritual court is now in session. This does conclude this reading. I'm coming back with more episodes. I'm being guided to close this door. You are coming up as somebody that is held in high honor. Your crown is intact. You may be standing in this beautiful stance right now, just kind of readjusting your crown. You know, you've been through a lot. A lot. Most of it was like trying to stop people from seeing that you were divine. But that in itself was still a blessing for you. You know why? Because the people that couldn't see you weren't meant to see you. It wasn't that the magic was working. It was working. Let me take that back. Okay. I cannot tell a lie. It was working. It was working on the right people. Okay. That's what Spirit just said. It was working on the right people. It was a blessing because it's almost like with all this good energy, you were hidden in plain sight. And so the manipulator, the one that was pulling the strings, this person knew who you were. They wanted to manipulate everybody else around you so that people would think that you weren't something because you intimidated them with your energy. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. Somebody wanted you to be a prisoner of love, a crime of passion, lustfully. That could have been anybody, friend, man, lady up the street, ex-co-worker, your ex-god sister, god brother, the guy you grew up with. Doesn't matter. The moral of the story is this. They're finding it difficult. They can't believe it. They can't believe what they're seeing, but seeing is believing. And sometimes you just got to know. That's the message. I'm coming back with more readings, okay? So thank you for watching the Spiritual Court TV Marathon. I hope you all are enjoying these back-to-back episodes. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, comment, love, like, drop a heart down below. Show some love. I love y'all, okay? I'll be back. Peace be with you.